Alright everybody, so the main reason for anybody to put some serious time into this year's Festival of the Lost event is finally available for us. Thank you. As we all know, the main reason for us to participate in this year's Festival of the Lost event, of course, is that gorgeous, beautiful, whatever adjective you would like to use, Festival of the Lost Memento, or Twilight Keepsake, whatever name you want to use for it. But of course, we're talking about that beautiful matte black memento that you can put on your crafted weapons. Not exotics though. Now, before you can actually farm up as many of these mementos as you would like, you do have to complete the Twilight Triumph, which if you do not know how to do, I'll just go ahead and tell you real quick. First step, get 100 kills on Neomuna while wearing a Nimbus mask. The second thing that you have to do is get 25 finishers in Haunted Lost sectors while wearing the Tormentor mask, which you get by completing the Heads Will Roll event Triumph, which in order to complete that Triumph, you just have to defeat 100 Headless Ones in the Haunted Lost sectors. Defeating the Headless Ones in Legend Haunted Lost sectors will reward you additional progress for that Triumph. And then the last step that you need to do is simply run through a normal Fallen Saber Strike, meaning you can load it straight from the Cosmodrome, while wearing the Clovis Bray mask. You do all three of those very simple steps, then you will be rewarded with your first Festival of the Lost memento. Now, for a brief period of time, that was the only one you could get. Of course, we all knew that that was bugged, and it should definitely be dropping more so. And luckily, pretty recently, about 2 days ago at the time of recording this video, Bungie did go ahead and tweet this out. The following fixes are now live. Additional festival mementos are now dropping from Eerie engrams. The Heads Will Roll event challenge can now be completed in both normal and Legend Haunted Lost sectors. Beforehand, you had to get those 25 finishers with a Tormentor mask on in Legend Haunted sectors. So now you can do it in both, which will definitely be easier for you. And let me tell you, after streaming myself farming these mementos for about 4.5 hours, over at twitch.tv/Eerie if you want to go check it out. We did just get affiliate on the Twitch channel. Shout out to any of you guys if y'all did do a little migration over there. I greatly appreciate your beautiful face. But during that stream, I had a solid 7 or 8 of these mementos drop for me, which is awesome. You can make this process go by a bit quicker, and you can kind of optimize yourself. And if you're playing with a fire team, your fire team, to get through these Legend Haunted sectors as fast and easy as possible and get those lost mementos coming your way. So let's get into it. So first things first, the way you actually get the lost memento after you get your first one is by decrypting Eerie engrams. The mementos themselves do not drop on completion of a Haunted Lost sector. Rather, you have a chance of having one drop for you whenever you decrypt Eerie engrams over at AVA. When you go to AVA to decrypt your Eerie engrams, do not do the weapon focusing one, just do the one on the far left. That's the one that has a chance of getting you a memento. Now, of course, the way you go about getting these Eerie engrams are from Haunted Lost sectors. They have a chance to drop on normal. However, if you are doing it on Legend, you have a guaranteed Eerie engram coming your way after completing the Legend Haunted Lost sector. This means our goal is to try and chew through these Legend Haunted Lost sectors as quick as you can. Also, if you're trying to save as much money as you can on games in their DLC, I recommend heading over to Instant Gaming, top link in the description for getting your games in their DLC for a cheaper price. They got the hookups along with a free monthly game giveaway that they do every single month. I'm going to leave that as the second link towards the top of the description. Me and a couple buddies were able to run over some of these Legend Haunted Lost sectors pretty efficiently, and I do at least want to give you guys the build that I use when I'm running through these Legend Haunted Lost sectors to just completely fold them over. And I'll be real, I am using Banner of War. I love it. It's so fun. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and show you guys the build that I like to use whenever I'm running through these Legend Haunted Lost sectors. Alright, build breakdown time. Of course, we're on Strand Titan. Banner of War into the fray for some more woven mail. I'm telling you, inside of the Legend Haunted Lost sectors, the Headless Ones can do some damage. Grapple melee for having what is essentially another melee, because these melee charges be hitting now. Threat of warding for more woven mail to keep you alive. Also, keep in mind, when you have woven mail, your melee regeneration rate is increased. I don't know the exact percentage, but I believe it is somewhere between 200% and 250% increased melee regen rate, which is really good. That's why we're using Edge of the Fray to pair with Banner of War. Threat of generation is kind of a default strand fragment you run on almost any strand build. Threat of propagation is very niche. If you don't have a certain weapon, I would recommend putting on something like Threat of Transmutation to make it easier to get some more tangles. And then Threat of Fury, damaging targets with a tangle, grants melee energy. We want as much melee energy as possible because that is how we are going to down the legend headless ones. And I kid you not, 2 melee hits. Synthos. We all know how good, insanely awesome Synthoceps are, especially for any melee-based build, which this Banner of War build definitely is, right? You get increased melee damage with Banner of War. You double that with Synthoceps and Biotic Enhancements being procced. You then take that to the next level by running a 1-2 punch shotgun, or 2 in this case. Where I said Threat of Propagation is a bit niche, I'm referring to this absolute giga chat of a weapon, the Swordbreaker. As you can see, I threw a Lost Memento on it. It looks so good. Why is the shotgun so good? Why do I love it so much? Very simple. Lightweight, 1-2 punch shotty. Pugilist gives you melee energy when you get a kill with your shotgun. And then Curse Thrall, after defeating a target with a melee attack, which you're going to be doing with this build. Final blows with this weapon cause targets to explode for a short duration. And any kills that your Curse Thrall explosions get will proc Pugilist and give you more of your melee charges back. As we know, you can hold a max of 3 of these bad boys. Needless to say, this is probably the best 1-2 punch shotgun for a Strand Banner of War Titan build. I gotta be real, it is so good. I can't speak about how good this thing is enough, especially with the likes of Pugilist and Curse Thrall. Then I literally have another 1-2 punch shotty. Maybe I'm using specifically on the headless ones. I like having 2 of them, but if you want to run something like a fusion rifle, go for it, man. Make sure you equip your goated exotic, the boop cannon, the tractor cannon. We all know why tractor cannon is so good. Now, if we go ahead and look at the actual mods for the armor and the artifact, I'll be honest, for the artifact, the most important one that you could definitely get some use out of would be refreshing pickups. Picking up a tangle grants energy to your least powered ability, which is more often than not going to be your melee charges, trust. And then your mods on your actual armor themselves, they don't really matter too much. I would definitely just put on heavy-handed, some resist mods, some invigoration mods, so you can get your melee energy on picking up orbs. Very nice, very useful to get your melee charges back. And then, believe it or not, the most important mod, special finisher, bro. We're running double special. We're running triple shotguns like pure Giga Chads, making all the headless ones fall over on legend mode. Give me my mementos. I need special ammo to do that. Special finisher is going to be very useful, especially because you're going to be making orbs on melee kills, and because you have a Pugilist, Curse Thrall shotgun, that's going to make getting your melee charges back easier so you can use them more often, so you can eventually proc special finisher for your shotguns. It's a nice cycle, and it works really well. I love this build. It's one of my favorites. I've been using all of this season. It works great in low-end content, and it works amazing in the Haunted Lost sectors, especially on Legend mode. Do the Legend Haunted Lost sectors. Get yourself a guarantee Eerie engram every single time. Then go ahead and slap them on some of the best weapons in the game, or at least the ones that look the coolest. Also, the Legend Haunted Lost sector, at least for this week, it has a strand surge. It has a strand surge, so all your strand damage is just doing 25% more damage. We love Banner of War. So now that you got the build to absolutely wreck shop, fold all of these enemies over, including the headless ones, how do you go about speeding up the process and getting your mementos? Well, since you're hopping into Legend Haunted Lost sectors, I do recommend having a team. Of course, if you don't have any friends to do this with you, maybe you're just chilling, you got home from work, it's 2 a.m., you just want to play some Destiny, you're a bit faded, you're a bit up there, I don't know, man. Maybe you're just chilling on a hotspot. Because you got the Giga Chad Banner of War build, you can handle headless ones by yourself, wreck them in 2 shots, or 2 melees rather, and get to 10 as fast as you can. Because once you get 10 headless ones, that's what's going to spawn your final boss. Of course, those final bosses are health gated. They have 3 phases. That is kind of annoying. And I will say that for at least the first damage phase for all the bosses in the Lost sectors, there's not going to be any enemies around you, so you're probably going to struggle a little bit getting through that first damage phase, just a little bit, just because you're losing a lot of your big time buffs that makes you do so much melee damage. But that will literally be the only portion of any of the Legend Haunted Lost sectors that you do that you'll struggle with. Trust me, bro. Trust. Also, remember, when you activate your Strand Super, when you come out of it, you're going to have all of your abilities back. So, in a very certain pinch, in a scenario, you have no abilities, you have no way to regen your melees. Go ahead and pop your super on a headless one, the boss. You'll come out of it with full abilities, ready to get back to cooking. Now, since you have the ability to basically solo this entire event, if you see your teammates are capturing a certain zone, bro, go capture another zone. Y'all don't need all three of you guys stacking up on the same zone, especially with this build. Spread the workload, speed up the process by getting those 10 headless ones down, spawn the boss, eliminate the boss, get your Eerie engram, and profit. Remember, you guys, when you do get a memento drop from your Eerie engram, immediately go to the Enclave. Use it on a weapon that you really like and come back. Because, like all other mementos, you are only able to hold a max of 1 in your inventory, bro. We heard you like cap. So we put a cap on a memento that you can only get from a time-limited event. I know I'll get some comments asking, what about the champs, bro? I got you. Barriers, they instantly fold over. Overload, tractor cannon suppresses and stuns them. Unstoppables, I generally brute force them, but if you want, just put on the fusion rifle, unstop fusion, make it easy. Or shackles, if you like shackle grenades, stun them, make it easy. I'm telling you, bro, you're not gonna have to worry about champions at all. You're barely gonna have to worry about any of the enemies. I will say for this build specifically, the most annoying one is the one on Europa, solely because there's so many fanatics, and the Hydra boss can just be annoying because he does a lot of damage and he has a rotating immunity shield split up into 3 parts. Nobody likes that guy. He's a loser. But for any of the other sectors, you're not going to struggle at all, and with decent play, some decent awareness as well, you can go through any and all of the Legend Haunted Lost sectors without dying once. The build's that good, and you can down the headless ones that fast, get to the boss that quick, and print those Eerie engrams. It's printing time, homie. Also, don't forget to put on your mask while you're doing these. The first mask that EVGA gives you is actually a pretty decent drop, so just roll with that one. That being said, that is how you absolutely fold the Legend Lost sectors in a fast, timely manner so you can get as many of those Eerie engrams as you possibly can. Because, man, does this all-black memento look so good on so many weapons. Just take a look for yourself. Thank you so much for watching the video, you guys. Hope this video does help you out in getting your all-blacked-out mementos, baby. Remember to check out Instant Gaming if you want to get your games and their DLC for a cheaper price. Top link in the description. Y'all take care. Be safe. Have fun at your Halloween parties. And we'll see you in the next one.